Admiral Elva of the Galactic Concordat sighed as she stared at the holographic projection of Earth. Classified as a Class 13 Deathworld, the planet had defied every expectation. While most species evolved on worlds ranging from Class 1 to Class I-7, humans had somehow thrived on a planet that should have rendered them extinct countless times over. Director Tam, please explain again why we're allowing this, she asked, gesturing toward the adjacent simulation chamber where a dozen human representatives waited eagerly. The Keltari scientist adjusted his ocular enhancers. The humans claim, our simulation parameters are insufficient. Insufficient? Elva repeated. We've programmed every known lethal condition from across the galaxy. That's precisely their point, Admiral. They say we've only included known conditions. The first contact with humans had shocked the Concordat. Not only had these bipedal creatures survived their Class 13 homeworld, but they had actively pushed into their most dangerous regions as a recreational activity: mountain climbing, deep-sea exploration, desert marathons. The concept of extreme sports had no translation in 17 Concordat languages. Now 6 years into formal relations, the humans had demanded, to participate in the Concordat's planetary simulation program, a tool used to test species adaptability for colonization efforts. The humans weren't interested in finding habitable worlds. They wanted to help create the most dangerous simulation possible. Let them in, Elva ordered. The human delegation entered, led by Commander Reyes of the United Earth Coalition. Behind him followed scientists, military specialists, and several civilians wearing patches labeled Extreme Environment Enthusiasts. Thank you for this opportunity, Admiral, Reyes said with a diplomatic smile. My team is eager to contribute. Director Tam activated the current simulation model, displaying a scorched landscape with acid rain, gravity fluctuations, and predators engineered from the most lethal species in the Concordat database. This is our Class 15 simulation, Tam explained. No known species could survive here for more than a few hours. The humans exchanged glances. One of them, a weathered woman with scars across her face, actually laughed. With respect, Reyes said, we believe we can help you create something more challenging. For the next 3 hours, the human team dissected the simulation, pointing out survivable zones and exploitable resources. They introduced concepts that made the Concordat scientists uncomfortable. Microorganisms that evolved in nuclear reactors, creatures that thrived in hydrothermal vents, plants that survived in complete darkness. You're forgetting psychological factors, noted Dr. Morgan, a human behaviorist. Environmental danger is only one component. Add isolation psychosis, temporal disorientation, and sensory manipulation. And where's the fun? Added Alex, one of the civilian enthusiasts. A true death world should have both obvious dangers and hidden ones. The rush of navigating the unknown is part of the experience. Admiral Elva watched in growing concern as the simulation parameters were adjusted, creating a nightmare world that defied the laws of probability. When the final model was rendered, even the humans fell silent. Simulation complete. Class 20 environment, announced the AI. Survival probability for all known species, 0.003%. Commander Reyes studied the hologram, his expression unreadable. When can we test it? Director Tam nearly dropped his datapad. Test it? This is purely theoretical. Not to us, Reyes replied. We've assembled a volunteer team ready to enter, a virtual immersion of this environment. Absolutely not, Admiral Elva interjected. The neural feedback alone could. Our consent forms are quite thorough, Dr. Morgan assured her. We understand the risks. 2 days later, after endless diplomatic negotiations and medical preparations, 5 humans entered the simulation pods. The Concordat observers watched anxiously as the volunteers' vital signs were monitored across multiple displays. The simulation began. Within minutes, 2 humans had encountered critical conditions. Within an hour, all 5 were facing imminent simulation death. Yet they persisted, communicating, adapting, finding solutions where none should exist. 3 hours later, when the simulation concluded, 3 of the 5 humans had survived. They emerged from their pods laughing, comparing notes, already discussing improvements for next time. "I don't understand," Admiral Elva confessed to Commander Reyes as the medical team examined the volunteers. "Why pursue this? What possible benefit is there in experiencing such extremes?" Reyes considered the question carefully. "Admiral, humanity didn't just survive Earth. We pursued its dangers. Each challenge we overcame made us more adaptable, more innovative. When we reached the limits of our world's natural obstacles, we created artificial ones." He gestured toward his team, their faces animated despite their virtual ordeal. "This isn't about colonial preparation or military training. It's about who we are. Humans don't just adapt to adversity, we seek it out. It's how we've always grown." As the Concordat delegation departed, Director Tam approached Admiral Elva. "Should we classify these findings?" Elva watched the humans eagerly planning their next simulation run. "No, Director. The galaxy should know. Humans don't just come from a death world. They're disappointed when they can't find worse." She shook, her head in a mixture of admiration and disbelief. The most terrifying thing about humans isn't that they survived a Class 13 death world. It's that they found it boring.